Hello guys, in my last video I explained how you can convert two methods you can use to convert any quantity you want to convert. And in this video I'm going to explain two more methods you can apply to convert any given quantity. Okay, now let's go through this briefly and then we take some problems. Now some of the prefix we have here are nano, micro and so on. And the power of the prefix are this. For instance, the power of hecto is 10 to the power of 2. The power of kilo is 10 to the power of 3. Okay, we are going to use two methods here to convert some of these quantities. Alright, one of the method like you have on the screen there is what I call the non-conventional conversion method. Okay, in this method the base will be assigned a unit or 1. Then we'll multiply all quantities, multiply through. Now we'll make sure that the sign of the power of the prefix in the left hand side remains the same, while the sign of the power of the prefix in the right hand side changes. For instance, if the sign of the prefix on the right hand side is 10 to the power of 2, we'll make it 10 to the power of minus 2. Okay, alright, now let's start by converting the first. What we have, question number 1. We're expected to convert 10 gram to kilogram. Now applying the rule, 10 times the base is 1 because it's gram. Kilo is a prefix, so it's 10 to the power of 3, but since it's on the right hand side, I'm going to change the sign to minus 3. Okay, and gram, which is a base, is 1 also. So this implies that I'll have 10 to the power of 1. Of course, 10 is the same thing as 10 to the power of 1 times 10 to the power of minus 3. That gives me 10 to the power of minus 2. Okay, kilogram. Okay, it's the same thing as 0.01 kilogram, if you like. Now, question number 2. I have 220 gram to milligram. Applying the rule, 220 times the base is 1 times milli is the same thing as 10 to the power of minus 3, but since it is on the right hand side, I'm going to make it 10 to the power of 3 times the base 1. Okay, now that leaves me with 220 times 10 to the power of 3, which is the same thing as 220,000 milligram. Okay, or you can express it in standard form as 2.2 times 10 to the power of 2 times 10 to the power of 3 if you want, which is something as 2.2 times 10 to the power of 5. It's up to you, milligram. Okay, question number 3. We have 0.03 kilogram to gram. Okay, now that means we have 0.03 times a prefix. Prefix kilo means 10 to the power of 3, so there's no need to change the sign since it is in the left hand side, times the base, which is 1, times another base 1. So I have 3 times 10 to the power of minus 2 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, which is something as 10 to the power of positive 3. Okay, which is something as 3 times 10 to the power of 1, or 10. So in other words, I have 30 gram. Okay, now question number 4. Question number 4, I have convert 25 25 centimeters square to millimeters square. Okay, it implies that I'm going to have 25 times a prefix, which is centi, is centi times 10 to the power of minus 2 times the base. But since I'm squaring this, I have to square everything here. Okay, times milli is a prefix, which is sent in as 10 to the power of minus 3, but since it's on the right hand side of the conversion, I will leave it as 10 to the power of positive 3 times the base, which is 1. Okay, this is the base. So I'm squaring the whole unit there, so I have to square this too. Now this gives me 25 times 10 to the power of minus 4. Whatever I multiply by 1 gives me that number, times 10 to the power of 6. And I have 25 times 10 to the power of 2, which is the same thing as 2500 millimeter square. Okay, for question number 6, sorry, the numbering are not in order. Let's take it. Question number 6, we have 40 centimeters square to meters square. This implies I have 40 times a prefix, 10 to the power of minus 2. I'm going to leave it as minus 2 since it's on the left hand side, times the base meter, which is 1, all square, since the whole unit here is being squared, times a base, which is 1 square. So I have 40 times 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay, and that gives me 0.00 4 meters square. Okay, now the next is question number 9, but wrongly numbered. I have 60 meters per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, now I need to do the same thing here. 60 times base, which is 1, over base, which is 1, times kilo is a prefix, which is 10 to the power of 3. So I'm going to change it to negative 3 since it is on the right hand side, times 1, okay, over hour. Now I want you to let's check out something about hour quickly. Now when you're considering hour, recall that instead of kilo is the same thing as 10 to the power of 3, but on the right hand side I'm replacing it with 1 over 10 to the power of 3, or 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, the same thing will apply to hour there. Okay, instead of replacing hour with 3600 seconds, I'm going to be replacing it with 1 over 3600 seconds. Okay, we're good with that. So I will replace it with 1 over 3600 seconds. Since I'm replacing this kilo with the reciprocal of it, I will need to replace hour with a reciprocal of it also. Alright, so this implies that I'm going to have 60 times 10 to the power of negative 3 times 3600, okay, which will leave my result to that'll give me 216, I think, 216 kilometer per hour. Now you take note of this. This is actually 10 to the power of minus 3, okay, over 1 divided by 1 over 3600, okay. So when I change the divide to times, of course it will be 3600 over 1, right? That's why I have this. That's why I have this. All right, now let's quickly take the last one. We have 25 kilogram per meter cube. We're expected to convert it to gram per centimeter cube. Using the same non-conventional way, this becomes 25 times a prefix, which is 10 to the power of 3, times the base, okay, over 1 meter cube. Meter is of course the base, so 1 meter cube, times gram is the base, which is 1, over centi is 10 to the power of minus 2, but because it's on the right hand side, I'm going to put it 10 to the power of 2, okay, times base. But since this is all cube, I'm going to put all cube, okay, it's a centimeter cube. So I have 25 times 10 to the power of 3. This 1 raised to the power of 3 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. No need to put that on. Times 1 over 10 to the power of 6. Okay, that leaves us with 25 times 10 to the power of 3 times 10 to the power of negative 6. Okay, which is sometimes 25 times 10 to the power of negative 3. And that gives us 0.25 gram per centimeter cube. That's our answer. Okay, guys, please try to subscribe to my channel, and in case you have any problem, write your comment on the comment section, and look out for the part 2, where I'm going to use the second method, which is called the conversion factor method. Okay.